towards A storage. A player in Squeaky Door, Molotov to stop the push at the start. And Kenny,
oh Jesus.
Dear. You don't like to see that. You really hate it.
I love to see it, let's be honest. That is so unreal.
That doesn't happen ever, by the way. That is not a normal thing that occurs. One bullet fired off randomly towards the Squeaky Door. That happens like 1 out of 100 times that connects first bullet. That's unreal.
It's like, why not shoot it, right? Push back out. Buddy only gets one. Jax still has the vents to work with, though. He can drop down. Flash as well. He thinks they've backed off, and he's right to think so, because there's been no further activity, no chaos, no noise, and he doesn't want to give up vents unless he has to. If he was guaranteed that someone was still making noise at that entrance when the flash went through, if he heard scurrying footsteps, then he drops. But for now, he just holds. Great decision, because they cover mid. They still have one on B. It means they don't have to rotate their A players at all to compensate for it.
On towards heaven there, and that's surely going to be very beneficial. On towards heaven there, and that's surely going to be very beneficial. It's looking fantastic for G2 and Lucky, who finds the bomb. No time remaining. Excurrent actually takes a nade to the face and surely can be traded out at this point. They can even wait for the time to expire. There is a flank coming in. I think the boost was that self-boost?
It was a self-boost.
That's sick.
Oh, but Excurrent heard it.
What?
That's awesome as well. 3 kills for him. He keeps the op up. All of them were quite spectacular. That's not an easy boost.
It really is not. So, just to be clear, to do the self-boost, you have to jump on the shutter doors, jump around with a very, very difficult strafe jump that not a lot of pros can actually land consistently. If you do make it, you're in a great spot to backstab. So many crazy moments in that round, and Excurrent, the fact he hits this, that's unreal. He definitely heard it, you're right, but still impressive to hit the shot. Wow, they've got a fighting chance here with the AWP still up. Not necessarily a G2 round here. Lucky going for the Pronax boost for the looks of things.
He will. Timer on this with the smoke. Can't see attacker yet. Shox. Wow. Okay. Shox just got peeked at the perfect time. Direct script. Attacker gets the jump on Lucky because of it. I thought for sure they had the advantage in that setup. Take that away. Keep the AK in the hands of attacker. And we're on to something. Where did the op end up on the T side? Ted's got it okay. I was wondering why it was on the ground. It wasn't like it was out of reach when Excurrent went down. He's got body deep inside of the site. This is the op now carried over and a round win looking secure for TYLOO.
Oh, they need to be careful though. It's got to be Jax who's given an opportunity here. There's still 3 up though, so not a huge deal, but every kill he can get will be valuable. The money's not amazing on the G2 side. They've had a couple of close calls. This round you wouldn't have thought goes against them, but it's the AWP potential. You just have one AWP. They assume you're going to be just pistols and it can all fall apart very quickly. Didn't have to go for that push towards A main. It actually cost them a couple of kills there, and Jax has no chance. It will be the first round on the board for TYLOO. Is he going to get in the exit frag? So that's a question. Doesn't look like it. It's going to hold on to the M4. As they fall back, they're going to throw away one of the AWPs. You really don't want double AWPs in the T side of cash, not really a thing. And they're going to have the AWP taken over, and it's going to be 5-1. So Jax will save an M4. He can drop one. I think they'll need it because they were high rolling before, but a couple of close encounters means the money's actually a little bit fragile. So there we have it. TYLOO steal the round away, and it's all due to that pick. Lucky got one back, and the Deagle traded them out. Bentet is always backstabbing towards highway, it seems, and Body tried to negate his way through the smokes. Didn't work out, and we get into round 7 here. Excurrent going for the A main pick again. He's just going to Molotov at the start to stop any sort of push and pick behind him.
Quick flash. Excurrent already aggressive this time on the AWP rather than holding. He won't spot anyone toward quad. Boost to vents once more. And they'll jump off that and get away with it as well with the smoke still down on B main. Door open confirmed at least by Lucky. TYLOO showing a bit of confidence in at least getting the map control this round. More aggressive. Already on the angles, door already open. They want to try and figure out exactly where the defense are. Found the op at least. Kenny couldn't quite hit the shot. Next grit will get away. Even tried the wall bang that time behind the forklift. Why not?
Gotta give it a go. Well, TYLOO looking to avoid the reset here. They have got residual cash considering they want an eco. Molotov towards the vents here as they set up their attack towards mid. You can see Jax will have to jump out. That's exactly what it's designed to do. Flush out that position before they go for the mid control, so they don't have to worry about the vent. If it isn't smoked out, they can confirm it's clear. And here's the reaction play from G2. Getting control of A main. They've lost middle, so had to take territory elsewhere. In terms of the finished play here from TYLOO, it's not clear where they end up right now. It is going to be Shoxy ready and waiting. It's the orb close range. One bullet kill. Will they be ready for it? Absolutely not. Bomb goes down. Shoxy waiting for the reply. As Lucky holds beneath the boosted spot. He is in an ideal position to get maybe both kills here. They know exactly where somebody is, but there it is. Final kill comes through. Very clean from G2 there. Did they go for the double orb setup? This time they will. Kenny S and presumably Lucky on the secondary orb. That will be thrown over. They're right back in control, but there is one buy available for the T side here. Attacker can drop a rifle, and they'll probably take a timeout here, I would imagine.
It's the time for it, it really is, because G2 is stretching their legs yet again. CT side start. We know that's not been the issue for them. So TYLOO just has to keep that in mind, keep this close. Mind you, with these two teams, I'm not going to hold this stat as Bible, but it is the T-sided map so far in this event. Cash is the only one above 50% T rounds.
It's the T side of G2 that hasn't looked amazing, though. That's where their coordination seems to be off, right? So I would say they absolutely need double digits in the first half, and they're currently really on course to do so.
Yeah, I was going to say 9-6-ish to give themselves a fighting chance. But double digits is probably not wrong with TYLOO, the way that they can play on CT as well.
It just gives you an extra buffer, you know. If you lose the pistol, you're not worrying too much. You've already got yourself established. But yes, obviously try and win as many rounds as you can in order to say 10's enough. You got to try and get every single one, of course. Double up set up at the first time. Lucky has proven himself to be quite the sniper. As you can see, Kenny is boosting behind the smoking connector. Didn't detect anyone there. As now a bit of utility exchange towards the A bomb site. Looks like they're going to be focusing towards middle as well. A pincer maneuver coming through. Two players there. It's going to be a fast one from TYLOO.
Fast indeed. Running on the highway, Shox has no idea. He knows now. Snapped to his right, but couldn't do anything of it because they were already directly beside him on the side as well. And you might be right, they might save on this. Interestingly enough, before this round, 6 of 7 entry duels were won by G2. Meaning TYLOO was not getting the opening pick and not getting to bomb sites. That's one more that's gone TYLOO's way. So that alone has won them the round.
Oh, there it is. Detecting middle, essentially open for them. They smoke the connector. They get that mid control. Go very quickly up towards highway, and you'd think with a double orb setup they'd have that under control. But Shoxy goes down, no orbs to be seen, no shots landing on the CT side, and they make a fine decision to save the 4 weapons, not a problem, let the round go. No point throwing money away. Not in a position to do so, as they hold up now on defensive angles. Kenny S. Right in there in T spawn, and the T's don't want to challenge that whatsoever. They're going to keep all 5 alive, so a nice change of pace there from the Chinese squad. As we'll see, it goes 6-2 overall. It's TYLOO on the T side right now. Need to start stringing rounds together, but they haven't broken the money at all. As like we said, 4 weapons saved is a great position to be in. They'll be able to give Shoxy something, I'm sure. Might have to be a FAMAS or a UMP. You know, the scores, you can see top fragger Lucky. 9 kills. Nice to see him actually posting decent numbers. Hasn't been a huge talking point of this new G2 squad. Hasn't really set the world on fire with his performances. Oh, nice wallbang attempt there. Doesn't do too much damage even with the AK. You get like 5 or 6 bullets in someone's direction, you can get them down to about 40 health.
Bounced smoke. In front of B main, Jax playing in front of it's going to actually extinguish the Molotov. Very good read.
Yeah.
He knew exactly what was going on there, didn't he?
The thing is that smoke, you actually want it to be a little bit more to the right, so you actually get a gap out of it. Unfortunately, that just blocks your vision. So if you're going to do that, you want to give yourself a little bit of a one-way smoke and try and use it. If you don't get that, it actually hasn't done anything for you.
For now, he'll still hold. Actually, take it back. He has rotated off, so he is back inside of the B site. Crossfire set as he goes well and truly onto the platform. He wants body to hold on the AUG instead. Meanwhile, back at mid, Shox realizing there's going to be some efforts put his direction. Smokes down to Z. Molotov's already clear out the vents. One that spewed beyond the hut. I don't know that it dropped behind sandbags, but that was the intent. And Kenny on the light pole. Waiting for a chance to strike. His body already spots them up. So they've gone B originally, back to mid, and now swing again. Jax, he's already found one of the op. Rotated off earlier on, and now he's going to hold the secondary angle. Commitment they have to do towards Shocks as well. Difficult for the MP9. He can't really take this duel, but he can certainly distract enough to allow Jax to try desperately to get an angle. He's timed it all wrong. Execute gets the kill instead, and a chance he could win this as well, because Shocks with 6. Well, he does have that MP9, so going against full armored Execute, and they're going to go together, but Shocks gives himself up to allow Lucky to hit the shot.
That's really well played from G2 there. You see the way they're using the low HP player essentially on the end of the fishing rod there. That's the bait, just to get the information and take the crosser away. If they have 2 targets available to them, they can't kill both at the same time with a rifle, and they punish hard. G2 managing to bounce back after losing the previous round. His body, like we always say, always a decent anchor, this guy. Managing to get at least 1 frag before he went down, and Shoxy with the MP9 still finding kills, and there's the trade. Great shot from Lucky. His numbers continue to swell as he hits 11 kills and 3 deaths. It's 7-2 overall for G2 here. Money still available to TYLOO with the bomb being planted. But it's starting to drain now. Chris still has the AWP. There's that damage again. Body, as I said, if you get a few shots, down to about half HP, so definitely significant.
Bintet trying to do what he can through the smoke. Ooh. Somebody opens up the doorway, spamming back, but Kenny's going to get aggressive with the door closed. One of an option to hit the shot now. A lot of utility usage early on. Still, though, I say that, there's 4 smokes left over on the CT side, so it's been flashes for the most part to jostle for position. T-side's got 4 as well. Shocks up close, minute mark. No aggression on mid yet, but attacker always dropped off the boost.
They're going for an A split here, but not through highway. Oh, maybe they will. I know Bentet likes to play that position. It's a late boost.
Shocks pushed. Ah, he's in the cubby. I thought he might have pushed through, hearing the drop back the other way. Maybe he thought they were going to go over toward A, but he could still make. This is a.
Oh, we can see
the
it.
Shadow. That's too easy. He realized it too. He looks up. Wait, that's above me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to be aware. So you can't see your own shadows in CSGO, just to be clear. So you don't actually know you're giving away that much information. It might not be translated that well, but either way, it's Kenny S now, who knows heading towards A. 20 seconds remaining. He has to dodge his flashbang and try and hit the shot. He nails that one, and it's going to be Jax doing exactly the same. 4 versus 1. Bentet managed to do that Mirage, and the bomb was planted. He'll get a couple of kills perhaps, but taken down in the end. And that Shadow, it is a little bit much, isn't it? The fact that he has no idea, he's been completely spotted at that point, and down he goes.
It's usually why, well, that, and also just because it's a common position.
It's so big as well.
Even he was like, he almost was about to aim at the Shadow itself, it looked like. He was like, oh, wait. It often is a position you look straight down on as soon as you're there. But because they didn't clear the vents in the same fashion, or it had been some time since the utility was used in mid, didn't consider it. So Shocks gets 1 8-2 for G2. And this is it. This map determines which of these 2 teams play next week and which one heads home. For TYLOO, that's a significantly longer trip.
Absolutely so. And right now, it's not looking too good. As we keep saying, a T-sided map, and they're going to be pretty much full eco here. No armor, no nades, a couple of deagles, as they use the Guardian boost there towards the sunroom. Didn't really get much for it, but that's much better. Bentet will at least get 1 kill towards middle. Highway box, Shocks will be dropped. And it's recovery mode now for the French, as Body does a great job there through the smoke aware. And will they be able to recover a rifle? That's the next objective here for TYLOO. If they can get that, maybe they can cause some more damage. It's a little bit out of their grasp right now. Kenny just defending it right at this point. Gonna have to give it up.
Yeah, no choice. 2-2 split. Happy to do so. Kenny, just with the op, you can watch that highway position alone. Lucky you'll get the information that far forward in the site when they enter in. Give Kenny lots of opportunity to swing back.
You can see that blue laser looking towards Squeaky Door. As soon as they open it, Lucky's going to be ready to mow them down.
Needs to be. Assuredly is. It looked like he was ready for a flash instead, and exactly that. They open it up. He calls it. Kenny goes, all right, highway's not a problem. I'll look back your direction. Finds 2 himself. 9-2.
Very comfortable half from G2 here. Heads held high instead of in their hands. For once, it's been a really rough tournament for them, but maybe this is what they needed to wake up and actually translate some of the success they've had in practice. Speaking to a lot of the pros, I've been told they've been amazing online in practices. Everyone's been saying they're going to be lights out this tournament. We haven't really seen it here at this stage of the major, but it's looking very good in this third map. Huge pressure release for this team. They can get through. Doesn't matter how difficult the path was, as long as they complete the journey and make it to the new legend stage. All be forgotten. They can focus on the bigger teams, the bigger names that are all arriving next week. Here's Lucky. Nothing to write home about. Just making sure the bomb's denied. Kenny S hitting his shots as well. Love to see that. AKs across the board, no AWP. Extra 8 kills, top fragger. Down to the rifle this time. Round 12, we need to see at least 5 for TYLOO.
G2's already hit the goal that I said was manageable. And they're not done now either, it seems.
Oh, doesn't do as much as I thought. Attacker.
CSGO, man. Nades don't do anything.
Well, seems to be the case. If TYLOO can win this run, you can see the funds are not actually that strong for G2 right now. A lot of reinvestment on their side.
Deep smoke in mid. They'll presumably clear out. Actually, I don't see. Okay, it is inside of the vents. It's just slightly off on the radar. It looks like it's behind, but they did Molotov it out. And they've done so toward the sandbags as well, so they're confident to take highway. Flash over. They do so quickly. Top highway smoke to add. We saw TYLOO start to line that up yesterday. They didn't actually throw it, but that's actually smart. They flash in. They know it's clear. Now they work up. They get in position. They hold. And the rest can go toward A main. They time this to perfection. They're going to go a little bit early, though. That smoke dissipates. They go, and the players of A main aren't there. So despite that they get that position, they do nothing with it. And they're already down 2. Lucky knows there's another one. Easy.
Yeah, easiest kill we'll get all game. And stuck at the ticket booth. Not sure they're going to get a frag out of this one. Maybe the one. Actually, nothing at all. Lucky will get 3 kills. Actually, lucky to be alive, to be honest. The amount of damage he took. 10 HP. Ducking and diving around the bomb site. Keeps playing in that heaven position as well. It seems to be his go-to. It's working out every single time. Good communication there. The A-split attempt again from TYLOO. This time unable to crack open the site. Lucky even able to spend a few seconds missing some shots there towards that ticket booth, but made up for it against Excurits, who now has no cash. They are on another eco. With maximum loss bonus coming in next round, they can have a little partial buy here, but they've barely gone for that. Just 2 players of armor, and they're sending all 5 towards B. That grenade, that's all they're waiting for before they commit. Surely, this is where Jax can show us what he's made of.
Swinging out. He's got a lineup. He's got 2. Out of ammunition, out of health, out of time. He's gone. Bomb picked up again, but it's Bonnie with a similar lineup, and he takes down all 3.
That's a really satisfying little sequence for him. Didn't have to work too hard for it. The Orc just mows through unarmored opposition. There he is in the screens right now. 11-2 G2. It's going to be TYLOO, who have it all to play for now. They need these last 2 rounds to stand any chance of us thinking they can do this.
They've got 4 rounds over the last 2 maps.
That's a very good point. Dust 2 was a complete blowout. And we did say going into Cash as well, it plays out a very similar style to Dust 2. It's a high fragging affair, mainly down to the mechanically gifted players to shine, and G2 has certainly delivered in that department.
Push up again for Shocks behind the smoke. I assume Shocks don't even have to look, really. He's been there so many times. Jax, he gets boosted into the vents. That's something to note. Shocks has pushed, what, 6 times probably in mid? Jax has been in the vents probably 7. Okay, they have at least been throwing the vent Molotov to distill him. But it's not like they've done so with someone at B waiting to get the kill when he drops out. It's not like they've even solved this default that G2 is throwing at them. And this default is going to mean default kills yet again. Just walk into Shocks.
Yeah, they've got nothing left at this point. That wasn't even a mid-take. That was everyone running through the tightest choke point. Didn't split it with the boost, and Shoxy at such a classic position for him as well. Out of all of his teams, he always plays middle, and holding that position, especially as the AK-47, he just makes him look foolish. 1 by 1 they go. He's not flashed. He's not pressured from above, and he can hit every single shot. That's some classic Shoxy gameplay right there. 12-2, looking likely to be 13. They'll have to buy up what they can here. With the max loss bonus, it'll be a mixture of Galils and AKs and a lack of utility as we enter round number 15. Not the match we were hoping for in the final map, to be honest.
No, and considering, again, based on the ratings of the teams and how they fluctuated based on performance this week, these two teams were the most evenly matched that we've had all week long. Not just today. I'm pretty sure they're the closest all week long. And it has turned out to be anything but. I suppose that shows what everyone says about G2, right? They should be so much better than they are. They just haven't been performing. Well, now we're starting to see signs of it.
Yes, just in the nick of time as well. But this round still might fall out of their grasp. It's Lucky looking to retake the mid area. My God, is he on a rampage this particular map. 18 kills to his name. It's the first half. It's a 3-on-2. He steals the lead away from TYLOO in this round. And it's up to Ben's head and Excura. Certainly capable of winning this, but Jax has outpositioned them completely. This is difficult to flush out, but they are aware of the possibility of a CT getting an advantageous spot. If he gets one of these kills, Matt, it's done. They need to get him cleanly. Not going to happen. There's no trade potential there. And it's up to Excura, who's managed to post, 9 kills and one more. Make it 10, as he has to go towards B now and hope for the best.
Hope for the best doesn't work enough. Body gets another kill for his name. 13-2 G2 Esports at half. Our last halftime of the series, our last map of the series, and it might be TYLOO's last in this event.
Finally looking like they can cause some damage at this major. G2 look destined for the next stage of the tournament. Will they close it out early? We have to find out after this break.
Show me an opening in the clouds, and I'll take it, reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
IEM Katowice 2019, we finish out our Challengers stage today, but 2 spots to play for. One of them to be decided right now. G2 Esports at 13, TYLOO at 2.
It all comes down to this round, really. TYLOO need his pistol. They go on to the Unfavorable side of the CT forces on cash. Some are 2 and 13. Somebody 4 and 14. Attacker with 5. It's not looking good in the fragging department. That's been a real issue in the last 2 maps. 16-2 on the second map. Bentet takes a bullet to the head. Smoke down towards connector. That will make him a little bit useless in that position now, especially with his low HP. As it looks like Attacker is doing a great job. Will Kenny S go with the trade? Doesn't look like another chance. As now the Molotov comes in, he actually will challenge. Kenny S gets this kill. They've got a chance, but TYLOO in full control now.
Bonnie runs down Summer. Attacker just backed into the Molotov. I don't think he realized it was still behind him, or that he was so far back, because it did so much damage. Jax was easily able to dispose of him, but Jax has to find 2 more. He can't do it. TYLOO will tie the series pistols at 3-3 and 1-1 on this map in particular. Get the 3rd round. We know T-side's the issue for G2. Big ask.
Huge ask.
But it's a good start.
Well, that's what they needed. They've got it. Attacker pushing towards A main, managing to stay alive for a long, long time there. Did back off into the flames eventually, but still they win the round. Bentet denies the plant as well. We'll see AKs in the 3rd, I would assume. As it goes 13-3, G2 still so close to victory. If they can get this smoke down, I assume towards the highway position, they're going to try and get a plant down. So Shoxy goes towards A main. He'll smoke towards highway, just bouncing it off the box. He's actually opting against that. What's his plan here? Does he have a set smoke he's going to throw from here? What have we got?
Graffiti.
Something is about to occur. Let's follow this smoke. He must. I guess he's smoking towards B, just to pull someone away. So he shot at the window, just to suggest there's presence towards that side of the map. Now he'll get ready to throw. I guess he got so much time, it doesn't really matter. Like we always say, try and get rid of some of that utility by showing a bit of B presence. So he shot the windows out. Now he'll go back and throw the original smoke I described. He'll bounce it from A main, confirm that's clear.
Fortunate there's not a stack on this A site with 4 players intending to walk out of the doorway.
Here's the smoke. And they'll make their way out, but it's an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, even still, it's an SMG staring straight down at the door. I thought they might at least trade off of him, but yeah, all for naught. So Shock's running around, putting on a little bit of a clinic for no reason at all.
Yeah.
It's now 4 rounds TYLOO.
But at least we could see his mentality. He's just trying to bait out a smoke or a couple of flashes towards B, and then the smoke towards highway obviously doesn't really do much, as the SMG ready in a perfect position, mows them all down, and nothing can be done. They gave it a go, didn't work out, but they took a full eco, so they can get AKs in the 3rd here. We'll see those come out. If they can win this round, it'll be a quick finish, we'll see. As they go into their default here, actually sending 2 towards A main. They might double nade the entrance of the star here. They might actually commit up. They wanted to commit, but there was no smoke. They were ready to actually challenge that because they found no kills previously. It was unlikely there'd be an AWP up, so they might as well just go for it and see whether they could challenge the rifles on the other side. But the smoke lands in the nick of time for TYLOO, and it'll dissuade them from committing towards A.
That was almost like hitting replay right there. They both walked out and turned around in the same position. Just a funny little observation, but they'll go for the boost up. Molotov down, that'll extinguish. Summer's going to transition out of Z connector and over toward the bottom of highway. Blew out the vents to suggest a presence, hoping that they'll look away then from underneath the drop. This Molotov goes to sandbags, just to note.
Does it?
Nope. Somebody again down below. This is why it's so strong, but he's not expecting a second player. And Kenny S will get the shot back.
Not really playing off each other, the CTs there. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But here's the reaction. A boost towards events could prove fruitful. 35 seconds now. They've got 1 smoke remaining. I think that they smoke highway again. Molotov quad. And try and trade out kills. It's going to be a very basic approach. But still, with the AKs, it might be a worthwhile one. We'll see. I assume we see the same smoke used. There it is. And then in they go.
And they go toward attacker, though. And the AUG, we know how strong it is. Finds 2. Shocks on the trade. Watch the smoke down at the top of highway. Okay, it's going to be Kenny. He actually saves Shocks. That's a brilliant kill. I thought Summer was going to wrap around, push through the smoke, try and catch them off. He goes to deny the bomb. It's exactly what Kenny wanted him to do, but Big Ted above finds Kenny and Shocks nowhere else to go, gets traded immediately. They'll pull it back on the TYLOO side.
They make it down to the 1 versus 1. They didn't have much left there for the final execution. That smoke comes through the quad. Molotov delivered as well, but Attacker with 2 kills with the AWP will save the round. It's going to be Bentep to get that defuse in, no problem at all. Money at around 4k per player. Like I said, the CT's not really playing off each other. That trade came in pretty quickly, but the Orc doing so much damage there. It saves the round, and Bentep manages to get efficient communication from his teammate and will win out in the 1 versus 1, no problem at all. So there we go, 13-5. No reason to force it. Kenny has, just to note, he's gone for this with the Galil. You don't really want your sniper investing this. This has been a problem for other tournament. I've noticed it a few times. Even in the games we haven't casted, it seems like he's the one who's doing the tactical purchasing when it should be one of the main riflers, really.
Shoxy, I think, was trying to be cheeky and suggest that someone was inside the smoke by shaking his mouse, but no one is there. He's not as clever as he thinks he is. He's looked pretty clever today.
Works better with a crowd.
Does work much better with a crowd, yes. It's actually almost a tactic. Try and bait some noise out of the crowd. Excurate will have limited vision over toward B, but that will soon subside.
So Body's lining up the smoke for Heaven. Bounce that off. Should go up there. It's pretty reliable smoke, indeed. As they've actually broken through the initial smoker. This is very uncomfortable for the CTs. What a shot that is. Excurate had such a rough game here, but he might get another one. He have to go for a quick scope here, and he hits it, but it didn't get the kill. G2 actually win this one.
That's remarkable that he hit the first shot, but he just couldn't follow it up. If he had hit all 3 of those, that would have been one of the best rounds all week. It won't transpire, and G2 find 14. This is their first on the T side, but it means just 2 to go, as Attacker has to hang on to the AUG as well. There's no money for 3 players, so him holding a gun, Bintech can force. Summer's going to be scraps, but he can force as well. Did they do it? Did they go for that? They have 1 timeout left. They might want to use that. Attacker's going to make it a little more costly on the T side. Which maybe that favors the Force, because now you know you can break them down quicker by the reinvestment, but still it's the same situation if you lose.
Well, Kenny upgrades his Galil to an AUG. So his purchase into this round. Didn't find a kill, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. There's the AWP. He manages to get it at the end of the round, and Attacker might be dropped here as well.
Shock
my goodness.
Shock saw him just before he got behind the blue crate.
Wow. Well, that's a huge kill to get, because you can see the money is absolutely wrecked. Bentech will probably buy an AWP at this point, or he could drop a couple of FAMASs.
Well, this is the thing, because if they saved that AUG, I think they'd go for this. Now I don't know what you do.
Well, you're 14-5 down. You're going to take a timeout and discuss your options. I think they just have to buy the AWP and hope that Bentech can do something absolutely wild. That would be my only advice at this point. Rely on your star to make something absolutely remarkable happen. Will that be the case, or do they allow this to go 15-5 in the final map? Looks like G2 have booked themselves a place in the next stage of the tournament. They are going to buy. You can see Attacker confirms that with the MP9 purchase. What does Bentep buy, though? He did get the AWP and hand it to Excura, who has not been performing on this map. He alone will have a UMP now. So Bentep, selfless in this round, drops the sniper over. Excura couldn't even afford an AWP. He'd have to drop the UMP for the teammate. Last chance to loot. Flash towards middle. Fast pick from Kenny. Oh my god, that was ridiculously close.
Attacker gets up with the MP9. Molotov's going to bounce down, land on top of the hut again. I think that failed as well. You can see he scurried inside of the cubby to try and get away from it, but now they realize they've got the position. Boost on either side. Who comes out on top for this? Somebody's going to go up. Shox is waiting with the AK, but neither will spot the other. I love that this position is designed like this, that both can be there, but you don't see each other right away.
He's only got the 5-7 on the other side, so huge advantage for Shoxy. This is a standoff. Who will blink first? Holding position, Shoxy aware of the possibility of a CT jumping over. You can see the picture-in-picture there as well. They're right next to each other. Both seem to be aware of it.
The fact that they're... Okay, this is next level. Forget the boost for the CTs. They're done. Oh, or are they? Good shot from Attacker, but that's still going to reveal to Shox that they're there. They pushed B, and they elect to boost backwards with a smoke down without knowing the site. That's not common.
And again.
Wow, that's one way to take mid. Both of them were sitting there. Just targets waiting to be taken as soon as that happened.
That's really nice from G2, and now they head towards B. 2 players there. Kenny S patrolling the area with the sniper. Bentep is such a difficult spot to get multi-frags from. You're going to be detected. His teammates smoked out of the situation as well. They're going to be aware of this. Bentep needs to at least post a frag It looks like this could be map points unless he mows both of them down. That's the only way to win the round. 10 seconds remaining here, Matt. They have to find him straight away. It looks like he might have done enough.
It's done.
5 seconds, and it is somehow he wins the round from that spot. That's insane.
And one looked at heaven. They both were looking the opposite directions, got in each other's way, and he gets it, staying alive. Desperate force buy, keeps G2 on 14. Money's not great for them. It's not terrible, but it's not great for them at this point. That's a massive play from Bintet. That's extremely lucky as well.
It's the only way he wins that round. If they line up and don't check that position. That's actually insane.
Well, there you go. Let's see how this unfolds. Imagine.
We can't have that conversation yet.
We can't, but if we ever get to that point, think back on the last round. That's all I'm going to say. Bintet is going to catch them. Oh, going over, but Excurin hit the first shot of the AWP. He's limited because he has to go to the pistol. Jax killed Lucky trying to find him, however, and that's given somebody a chance back into it. He's gone aggressive. He knows Kenny's in front. Bomb's down behind him. He doesn't have to commit to this peak, so instead, he does the smart thing and holds in the corner to wait for his teammates to arrive on the site. Chalks, he's heard him drop in. Very aggressive with the MP9. Got the information that both are there and got a kill on top of it. Chalks versus 2.
Hasn't got the AWP just yet. Still on the CZ and presumably taken down. He's now been spotted. He knows Summer has dropped. He needs an opportunity though. Shoxy, the absolute master of clutches. No utility, no gun recovered. All out of his grasp.
I think he's going to stare straight to that corner and peek. And Heaven's not going to have the angle on it. Summer's got to make sure he nails the shot. He's only on a UMP. I know that sounds weird only, but the headshot potential from the CZ.
Shock spotted him. I don't think Summer did in return.
Exactly. I saw that coming a mile away. Shox heard him drop down, go into the corner, knew exactly what to do. He needs to get to a second weapon, though. The fact that he's gone back this way and opened the angle to attacker is actually fortunate for TYLOO. If he went underneath, that could have been a whole different round.
You're absolutely right. Good effort from Shox. Not enough, though, I'm afraid. It's Jax that actually ended up killing his teammate here. So unlucky, did like 2 damage. Shox could have got round number 15 on the board there in the 1 versus 1, but a great shot from attacker at the end with the AUG. Saves the day. Mac 10's coming out. They're not going to fully invest into this by the looks of things. Just going to try and get that bomb down with a partial buy. They don't want to ruin this game from incorrect financial decisions. So Mac 10's 3 of them. You don't see this too often. It's Kenny again, who invests the majority of his money with the AK. It's weird they keep focusing him to be that player.
Well, interestingly enough, you say that, but we're 20 rounds done, and he and Lucky, Kenny and Lucky, have won all of their entry duels. So they haven't won all their duels, but every time they're entering, they've been successful. They're 5 of 5.
It's a very good start.
So you can kind of see why maybe the AK works. If he's going to be successful at winning those exchanges. Works. Yep, that does. Sure.
Mac 10 entry like that. What? Okay, that could be round in itself.
Why are they going one at a time? Thankfully, Summer. Thankfully, he's there because somebody was well beyond enemy lines. He still might be because Summer's been caught off. Somebody goes down immediately after. Attacker. 1 on 3. You can listen to that tick. That's going to be burning in their ears at this point because the round is gone and it's 15-7. Their tournament might be gone with it.
Well, Kenny S ends up getting 2 frags with that rifle, so you definitely can't argue with it now. It seems to be working out for them. It's just an odd one that he spends the majority of his cash. He's the superstar AWPer. It just feels like you've got other firepower there and other stars that can pick up the rifle, but it's working, so really can't argue with it too much. 15-7, 1 more round will do it. We'll say goodbye to TYLOO and hello to new legends for the G2 boys. And they've got a huge advantage here as well. Just against the pistols, this is where it should end.
24 kills for Shox, just to note.
Yeah, great game again. He had a fantastic showing yesterday, and finally he's waking up into this tournament just in the nick of time.
Smoke already down Z, Molotov to sandbags. Somebody's forced back up highway. Just as Kenny wants to get into position. Flash, peek. Did get around the corner before Kenny could spot him, but that's okay. I thought he was going to give himself up on a platter at that point, but still stays alive. Smoke down. Kenny can hold the angle. They know that he was trying to jump above before, so he might do it again. Body spots somebody doing it. Gets the kill. And advantage to G2. Comes at a bit of a cost. There's some damage done to Kenny, but they've got the advantage. That's all that matters.
I think he needed himself slightly there as well. That should be fine. 5 versus 3. So to Execura here is presumably going to be taken down as well. He's still 1 kill away, but he's actually got no HP left. That's going to be it. Summer completely removing this situation. G2, such a rocky start to the major for them, but it looks like they've done enough. 16-7. It is TYLOO knocked out of the tournament and G2 progressed to the new legend stage. They've done it, Matt. The big names have been successful today.
I guess that's all that matters, considering how this started for them. There was a lot said online about their performance and how abysmal it really was, to the point where G2 made a tweet addressing it, saying that they know that this is unacceptable, despite how good they were in practice. They were not pleased as an organization with their 5 players. Well, apparently, they've turned things around. They'll join Vitality, both French teams making it through to the top 16.
Yeah, it's an exciting prospect, actually, and we're actually seeing some signs of life now. G2 could actually cause some damage in this tournament to keep that level up. The problem is being so inconsistent, and their T-sides still need a lot of work. They were lucky to post so many rounds on their CT forces there, but they've got a few days now to address some issues, and hopefully we see their best foot forward in the next stage of the tournament.
The interesting proposition as well is that so long as you win at least 1 map in the next stage, you skip the minors. We nearly had Vici and TYLOO making it through, both so close. It would have been remarkable for the Asian minor, because if they were able to be successful in the next round, just that 1 map, we would have had another group of talent potentially making their way forward, which would have been a neat storyline in itself. Nonetheless, Vici, TYLOO, they both bow out. We're ready to send it over to the desk and discuss G2's fortunes.
Fortunate for G2 that they managed to stay, and that was of course Sadicus and Henry G, your casters for that one. TYLOO, close but unable to do it in a best of 3, does seem to be the often rather appropriate conversation at the end of their journeys here at the major. Best of 3s and map pool development, I guess, is going to be the conversation for them in the long run. I'm joined by Pimp and Sponge, and we've got ourselves G2. A huge wipe of sweat from their brow, I'm sure, Chad.
Sigh of relief.
But we have to reflect. I mean, this is a hard-fought win, sure, but G2 do seem to be finding, like, this isn't just TYLOO not looking shaky. This seems like G2 have started to find their form.
These are blowouts, right? When you think about this, over the last 2 best of 3s they played against Fnatic and TYLOO, the tougher opponents